I will be back in a moment.
That's fine. Your audio is nice.
The audio is good?
Yes.
Okay, I'll be back. Everything was good till then.
Yeah, no eating the castle, okay? No eating the castle.
Hello everyone. Can you hear all right? Give me a wave if you can hear. Lovely. Welcome everyone to our Jukai undertaking the precept ceremony at Treeleaf Sangha for 2025. I don't know how many times we've had this ceremony, but they're always precious. Such good friends we have become over the past weeks and months. You have worked so hard, reflecting on each of the precepts, sowing. Now today is a celebration of living by the precepts, committing to this way, but something truly that you do each day. This ceremony is just to recognize how we always do our best to live. Now, someone asked me, we have 13 preceptees scattered around the world, many countries. And someone asked me, today we have 3 preceptors. But that is not the case. Today we have 1. We are all here as one. Our preceptors, Kote, Koku, and myself, are one preceptor, I like to say, with 3 faces and 6 arms. That's a very beautiful symbol of canon and other great bodhisattvas in our way. 3 faces and 6 arms, but 1 preceptor today to welcome all of you, the 13 of you in different places who come together as one. Now in a little bit, Kote will have some things to say a little more about the significance of today, so I don't want to babble on too much. We will begin, as we always begin, with the Heart Sutra and a dedication with Koku, Kote, and myself offering incense here. All of you, please be in Gasho. Afterwards, we will have a few minutes of Zazen, and then we're off. All right? Our Ino is ready, I believe. Shujin? Very good. Let's begin.
Yeah.
The heart of the perfection of great wisdom, Sutra Ava Paramita, the deep practice of perfect wisdom, perceive the emptiness of all five conditions, was free of suffering. O Shariputra, form is no other than emptiness, emptiness no other than form. Form is precisely emptiness, emptiness precisely form. Sensations, perceptions, formations, and consciousness are also like this. O Shariputra, all things are expressions of emptiness, not born, not destroyed, not stained, not pure, neither waxing nor waning. Thus emptiness is not form, not sensation nor perception, formation nor consciousness, no eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, no sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, nor object of mind, no realm of sight, no realm of consciousness, no ignorance, no end to ignorance, old age and death, no cessation of old age and death, no suffering, nor cause or end to suffering, no path, no wisdom, and no gain, no gain. Thus bodhisattvas live this prajnaparamita with no hindrance of mind, no hindrance, therefore no fear, far beyond all delusion. Nirvana is already here. All past, present, and future Buddhas live this prajnaparamita and realize supreme and complete enlightenment. For know the prajnaparamita is the sacred mantra, the luminous supreme mantra, the incomparable mantra, by which all suffering is clear. This is no other than truth. Therefore set forth the prajnaparamita mantra. Set forth this mantra and proclaim Paragate, Paragate, Parasamgate, Bodhisattva. Anya Shingyo. Buddha nature pervades the whole universe, reality existing right here and now. In reciting the heart of the Perfection of Great Wisdom Sutra, and in our undertaking and upholding of the precepts, we dedicate our sincere efforts to Shakyamuni Buddha, Honored One, the historical Buddha and teacher, and to those ancestral teachers, Eihei Dogen, Honored One, Seoji Keizan, Honored One, all successive Honored Ones up until Zuigaku Emperor, Honored One, and Gudo Wafu, Honored One, and to all other Honored Ones throughout history, same yet diverse Honored Ones whose names have been forgotten or left unsaid. We also dedicate these efforts to the three treasures, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, to all awakened ones and teachers in all places and times. We especially seek tranquility and well-being for all creatures now suffering or ill in health. May they be serene through all their ills. May their lives be at peace and wisdom pervade the darkness of ignorance. We dedicate our hopes and aspirations to all victims of war and violence and natural events, to the injured and to all families touched by these tragedies, to the healing of hatred in all countries and among all peoples, to the wisdom and compassion of our world leaders, to the peace of the world and harmony of all beings. Thus let the harmful effects of words, thoughts, and actions be dispelled, and compassion bloom in perpetual spring. May we all realize and live the enlightened way together. All Buddhas throughout space and time. All bodhisattvas, mahasattvas, maha prajna, paramita.
We will now have a minute of zazen. If you can easily sit down, please just sit down. If you need to stay standing, you can stand as well. It will just be a short zazen. I will ring the bell. We will now have some welcoming remarks from one of the three faces of the preceptor, Kote.
Hello, everyone. I think we will start with our row of prostrations now, before I say a few words. Everyone, please, if you can, do the sets of 3 prostrations. If you can't, it's totally fine to replace them with a deep gasho. Or if that is not possible for you bodily, you can replace it with just the movement of your hands or with just the movement of your mind. Our workout starts with prostrating towards the image of the Buddha in your room 3 times. Please prostrate 3 times towards the image of the Buddha in your room. Thank you, everyone. Now, the next thing is water is known as having purification powers in the physical sense, and it also went into the metaphorical world. So what the 3 Kaishi are now doing is purifying the altar and the area around it with sprinkling pure water with a leaf or pine twig. You can please remain standing in Gasho. Shashu. All is fresh and clean. Thank you, dear Sangha, for coming together in this place beyond space and time for this auspicious occasion. Jukais, Sangha members who are witnessing, priests, Shuso of our past 4 months, preceptors, and of course Jundo, our dear teacher. We came together closer as a Sangha during the past 4 months. We did precept studies, we intensified practicing during the Ango period, and it all culminated in our Rohats retreat, where we came even closer together. Every year I'm learning something new, and I deepen my understanding of practice and precepts with the help of you all. Dear Jukais, in the past months, you examined deeply the role our practice and precepts, which are not 2 different things, by the way, hold in your life. Some already had an established practice and reflected and adjusted here and there, but for most of us, it is a pretty intense time. Looking at the accustomed way of how we are living at our life, making room for something new, a different perspective, organizing time for daily sittings, for regular studies, for new Dharma friends, and change and adjust life a little, making family and friends understand the why and what and how. With Bjorn's guidance, we've been sewing the Buddha's robe, the Raksu, a process that needs trust and diligence, and you easily get overwhelmed when focusing on the whole thing and wanting to finish it and achieve something. But focusing just on this stitch here and again this stitch here, fixing what needs fixing, accept what the outcome of it all is. The Raksu will be your daily companion while sitting from today on, and making it and wearing it is in so many ways like practice, like life itself. It is more than just a symbol, it is practice itself. I cannot think of a better symbol of what today is about. When you later take a look at your Kishimiyaku, your bloodline chart, you will see that the bloodline that is traveling from before Shakyamuni through all the ancestors, through Jundo, through the other Kaishi, and through yourself, back to the time before Shakyamuni. You can see that it is not just a linear thing, it is us all together in this, which is also why really doesn't matter if you are sitting 3 kaishi or 5 or 100, or it is just the one thing. It is the one dharma that is transmitted. It is not 3 different dharmas from 3 different kaishi. And the dharma is traveling to you. The panels of the Raksu are stacked on top of each other like rice fields on a hillside. Water is flowing into the source field, and that overflows and flows down the hill into all the other fields, and on and on. That's why the middle, the topmost panel in the Raksu is called the Buddha panel, the source panel, because from there the Dharma flows through all the ancestors, through Jundo, through all of us, and further on. Today is the day of celebrating the commitment to that, what is already here, what you have been working on so diligently. What a wonderful occasion, great honor for all of us witnessing this and being a part of it all. Please now get ready for the next set of prostrations towards the place where your parents live or where your parents are buried. It is not for all an easy thing to do, but we honor our parents. We honor that they are those who brought us into this world. Please do a set of 3 prostrations or gashos now.
Now please remain standing and approach your altar. I'd like you to offer a stick of incense. If you've got allergies or respiratory troubles, you don't have to light it. You can just offer a stick of unlit incense, but just offer that. And after you've offered, gasho towards the incense and altar, return to your place and stand with your hands in shashu. In a moment, you're going to bow to myself, Jundo and Kote as the Kaishi. You're not bowing to us as individuals though. As Kote so beautifully put it, if you look at the Kechi Miyaku, the blood lineage, you see that that's this transmission of Dharma and transmission of the precepts was flowed forward from Shakyamuni Buddha through 90-something, I think 92 or 93 generations, and now getting to you. And you're bowing to us as representatives of that entire lineage, stretching back through Soji Keizan, through Dogen, through Rujing, Dongshan, Bodhidharma, and all the way back to the Buddha himself. So now, please prostrate towards the screen, towards myself, Kote and Jundo, as representatives of the entire lineage of ancestors.
And now I would like to ask you to repeat the following words after me from your heart. Life and death are of supreme importance. let me say, if I may take, would you open your microphones, everyone, if they're closed? Please open your microphones. I'd like to hear all of you. I will repeat again. Life and death are of supreme importance.
Life
Life
and
and
death
death
are
are
of
supreme importance.
And time swiftly passes by.
and
And
time
time swiftly passes by.
Thus, I wish to receive the great precepts of Gautama Buddha.
Thus, I
Thus, I
wish to
wish to
receive
receive
the
the
great
great
precepts
precepts of
of
Gautama Buddha.
Buddha.
Please permit me to receive the precepts.
Please permit me to receive the precepts.
And now I say to you, I am very glad you are asking to receive the precepts. Please bow towards the Kaishi representing the lineage 3 times. If bows are very difficult, standing bows are more than welcome.
Thank you, everyone. The great precepts of Gautama Buddha were kept by all Buddhas. They were transmitted from Buddha to Buddha, and they were received by ancestor after ancestor. The receiving of the precepts transcends the 3 kinds of time, past, present, and future. And the experience of truth will continue forever. Our great teacher, Gautama Buddha, transmitted the precepts to Master Mahakashyapa. Master Mahakashyapa transmitted the precepts to Master Ananda. And it is said, the transmission of the precepts has continued in this way, passing from orthodox successor to orthodox successor in one line. And so, after many ages, has come to us. Now, we are bestowing the precepts upon you to return to the profound benevolence of our great teacher, Gautama Buddha, and to make you the standard for human beings and all life. We trust this to be the true reception of Gautama Buddha's wisdom and life. Respectfully, following the approval of Gautama Buddha, we would like to devote ourselves to the precepts and atone. Listen to these words and wholeheartedly say the same words after each line. All harmful acts, words, and thoughts ever committed by me since of old,
All harmful acts, words, and thoughts
Ever
committed
committed by
by
me
me
since of
since of
old,
old.
on account of beginningless greed, anger, and ignorance. On account of
Beginningless greed, anger, ignorance.
Born of my body, mouth, and mind.
Born of my
By
body,
mouth, mind.
now I atone for them all.
Now I atone for them all. Now we have cleansed ourselves of the products of body, speech, and mind, with the approval of Gautama Buddha, all Buddhas, and ancestors. We have gained great purity through our atonement. So, now receive the precepts precisely. Thus, first we undertake the 3 devotions. Please repeat after me. Respectful devotion to Buddha, respectful devotion to Dharma, Respectful devotion to Sangha.
Respectful devotion to Buddha. Respectful devotion to Dharma. Respectful devotion to Sangha.
Devotion to Buddha, the guiding one. Please say.
Devotion to Buddha, the guiding one.
Devotion to Dharma, the reality and teaching.
Devotion to Dharma, reality, teaching.
Devotion to Sangha, the embracing community.
Devotion to Sangha, the embracing community.
Sincere devotion to Buddha, sincere devotion to Dharma, sincere devotion to Sangha.
Sincere devotion to Buddha, sincere devotion to Dharma, sincere devotion to Sangha.
Please, everyone, prostrate or deep gasho 3 times towards the place of the Kaishi standing for our lineage. Thank you. In a moment, we will perform another old ritual, and we will have a physical symbol of our connection with Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, and cleanse ourselves from past misdeeds in that way too. You will all please, in a moment, take the leaf or pine twig you have prepared on your altar, and we will reach out with ours to the camera, and you will please touch ours and take the physical connection, the mental connection of it all, and touch your head 3 times with it. Please take your leaf or pine twig now. I will reach out. Please touch it with yours. And touch your forehead 3 times with it. Thank you.
The giving of the precepts of 3 devotions is like this. From now on, Gautama Buddha and all Buddhas are your great teachers. Never devote yourself to false teachings, harmful teachings, or the like. These precepts were retained by Buddhas of the past. They were transmitted by the ancestors. Now we give them to you. You should retain them sincerely.
Now, the 3 pure and universal precepts. I will ask you after 3 times if you will keep them. And you should answer, I hope, yes, I will. Number 1, to seek as you can in this body and life to avoid doing harm. This precept was retained by Buddhas of the past. It was transmitted by ancestor to ancestor. Now I bestow this upon you. Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes, I will.
Oh, more energy than that, my friends. I want to hear you. I want to feel you here. Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes, yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes, yes, I will.
Number 2, to seek as you can in this body and life, to live in a healthful and helping way, doing good. This precept was retained by Buddhas of the past. It was transmitted by ancestor to ancestor. Now we bestow it upon you. Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes, yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes, I will.
Yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes,
Yes, yes, I will.
Number 3, to seek as you can in this body and life, to live for the benefit of all sentient beings. This precept was retained by Buddhas of the past. It was transmitted by ancestor to ancestor. Now we bestow this upon you. Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
yes,
Yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep this precept from now until the end of your life?
yes,
Yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep this precept from now until the end of your life?
Yes, I will.
You should do your best to keep these precepts. And now again, one more time, prostration, deep gasho, or whatever movement you can manage, 3 times towards the kaishi.
Now, the 10 fundamental precepts. We shall read them. Please hear us with all sincerity. Number 1, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from the killing of life.
Number 2, to seek as you can in this body and life, to live in generosity and refrain from taking that which is not given.
Number 3, to seek as you can in this body and life, to refrain from misusing sexuality and all desire.
Number 4, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from false and malicious speech.
Number 5, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from intoxication in its many forms.
Number 6, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from unconstructively criticizing the errors and faults of others.
7, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from praising oneself and judging others.
8, to seek as you can in this body and life, to refrain from stinginess in bestowing the Buddhist teachings and all precious things.
9. To seek as you can in this body and life, to refrain from all anger.
And number 10, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from disparaging the three treasures: Buddha, Dharma, Sangha.
These precepts were retained by Buddhas of the past. They were transmitted by ancestor to ancestor. Now we bestow them upon you. Will you seek to keep these precepts from now to the end of your life?
Yes.
Yes, I will.
Yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep these precepts from now to the end of your life?
Yes,
Yes,
Yes.
I will.
Will you seek to keep these precepts from now to the end of your life?
yes,
Yes,
I
I
will.
will.
You should do your best to keep these precepts. Please again prostrate 3 times towards the place of the Kaishi.
These 16 Buddhist precepts are the 3 devotions, the 3 pure and universal precepts, and the 10 fundamental precepts. They were retained by Buddhas of the past. They were transmitted by ancestor to ancestor. Now we bestow them upon you. Will you seek to keep these precepts from now to the end of your life?
Yes.
Yes, I will.
I will.
Will you seek to keep these 16 precepts from now to the end of your life?
Yes.
Yes, I will.
I will.
Will you seek to keep these precepts from now to the end of your life?
Yes.
Yes, I
I
will.
will.
You should do your best to keep these precepts. And once again, 3 prostrations, gashos, or mental gashos towards the place of the Kaishi. And then return to your place with your hands in Shashu.
No sé cuánto has hecho.
Now you each have sown a rakusu, and you shall now receive the rakusu, which is a kesa, the robe, the stole of the Buddha. If you have it there in its cover or laid aside, please now raise it on 3 fingers of each hand, if you would. You are here and I am there. Your hands are my hands. This raksu is the raksu that you will receive. Now place it upon your head, and we will recite the verse of the Kesa. Hands in Gasho. Please repeat after me. We will recite this 3 times. Robe of liberation boundless.
Robe
Robe of liberation boundless.
Field beyond both form and formless.
Field beyond form and formless.
Wearing the Tathagata's teachings.
Wearing the Tathagata's teachings.
Vowing to free all sentient beings.
Vowing to free all sentient beings.
Now repeat again after me. Robe of liberation boundless.
Robe of liberation boundless.
Field beyond both form and formless.
Field beyond form and formless.
Wearing the Tathagata's teachings.
Wearing the Tathagata's teachings.
Vowing to free all sentient beings.
Bowing to free all sentient beings.
And once more, please. Robe of liberation boundless.
Robe of liberation boundless.
Field beyond both form and formless.
Field beyond form and formless.
Wearing the Tathagata's teachings.
Wearing the Tathagata's teachings.
Vowing to free all sentient beings.
Vowing to free all sentient beings.
Please put on your raksu.
Marvelous.
Please take out your lineage certificate.
Oh, crap.
I'm trying to think, I should probably have one as well.
You don't have to unwrap it if you don't. It's fine to keep it in the cover.
Yeah. I'm just going to waft it through the incense, or waft is probably not a particularly spiritual word. I'm going to just bless it with the incense and then hold it between your fingers with hands held in gasho. Then gasho to the kaishi and touch it to your forehead 3 times. And then you can place it aside on the table.
I would like to add that we also bestow, and you have received, if you have that, you may also raise them, the bloodline lineage chart of our women and differently abled ancestors. And also this canon, which represents our Treeleaf ancestors, same yet diverse. May I also bestow that upon you. And now, the names. This is always my great joy each time we do the Jukai ceremony. You have each been written by me to tell you and explain to you something about your names, the meaning. Remember, they're chosen by us as an aspiration for who you will become, sometimes with a little humor, sometimes to capture a bit of your character, but always a name of great hope that you should grow into this name, and it should truly guide you in your path as you practice from henceforth. I will read the names. Again, these names come from all of us, but they were chosen by our three faces today. From Koku, we have Junsho, the pure-hearted sound or voice, the pure and wholehearted tones in speech and music. We have Taigen, the peaceful field, being at peace in the world, both inside and out. We have Hokai, the Dharma ocean, who abides in the wide and vast Dharma. There is Yusei, gentle, excellent sincerity, conveying sincerity in words, thoughts, and acts. From Kote, we have Shoshin, the pine heart, the steadfast, evergreen quality of the heart, unchanging amidst the seasons. Mujin, which means no dust, a mind free of defilement, clear and pure. Hoku, walking in the sky, moving through life with the freedom of walking through the open sky. Furyu, the wind flow, live with mindfulness, grace, and adaptability, embracing impermanence and flowing with the rhythms of life. Hosue, Dharma water, the teachings that flow like water, nourishing all. Daine, great peace in harmony with the Dharma, the depths of stillness and equanimity while engaging fully with the world. We have Hosai, the Dharma gatherer, for he is always gathering Dharma and is a bit of a hunter too. Kojitsu, this comes from the great Zen saying that every day is a good day. Nichi nichi konichi. And every day is a good day, even the ones that are a little hard. And Chojo, paranormally exceeding normal for our ghost hunter. Those are the names that have been bestowed. May you grow into them and may they suit you. Now I ask you 3 times to bow towards the lineage which we represent. 3 bows, please. This is the part of the ceremony. Take it easy. People get tired. We want no Jukai injuries. All right.
We will now symbolically exchange places. All 3 of us are going to circle around you as members of the Sangha. Not just all 3 of us, maybe the whole Sangha is going to circle around you. All members of the Sangha who have previously undertaken Jukai. All teachers, all Buddhas, and all ancestors are also circling around you to welcome you. Please close your eyes and see that you are sitting where we are all sitting. and through the magic of the Dharma, you can be sitting in 3 places at once.
We each
Picture
have a little
yourself.
bell for this. Yes?
Yes,
Yes.
the bell will happen in a moment. Place your hands in Gasho. Close your eyes and see us, the Sangha, and all the Buddhas and ancestors as we now circle you 3 times and we intone the traditional words. A person who receives the Buddha's precept enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha.
A person who receives the Buddha's precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha.
A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha.
A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha.
A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha.
A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha.
A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha.
A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha.
A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha. All right. Now, if you would, please give us back our seats. Return to your place in your heart.
That concludes the formal part of the ceremony. Thank you for your presence, your practice, and for receiving the precepts in front of your brothers, sisters, and non-binary siblings of the Sangha. To bookend with what Kote said at the beginning, hopefully you have been living a life consistent with these precepts before now, anyway. But hopefully you felt the power of this ceremony in receiving these precepts, receiving the Rakusu and the Kechi Miyaku blood lineage, and doing that with the Sangha as your witness of receiving these precepts and vowing to uphold them from now until the end of your life. It's a serious undertaking, and I often wonder why we do it, because it would be much easier if we didn't vow to do these things. Yet, in our way and our path, it is important to do so, to allow the precepts to guide our life, and to recognize that today is the beginning of a journey of integrating those precepts into our life, in all of our words, thoughts, and deeds. But although this vow is serious, we're all human, and it would be unrealistic to think that you're going to completely abide by these precepts without any errors from now until the end of your life. And this is why we have the verse of atonement. Shohaku Okamura has said, we live between vow and atonement. We take the Bodhisattva vow and the vow to uphold the precepts, and we do our best to uphold those precepts. And when we fail, we atone, get up again, and vow to do better. Now you have taken the precepts, I would definitely recommend, if you haven't been doing so already, and if you can, to attend our monthly Ryaku Fusatsu, recommitment to the precepts, just as a reminder each month or when you can. But for now, enjoy having done this ceremony. Congratulations for having taken these vows and received your Rakusu and your place in the blood lineage. May you all go well.
Driving directions for you to get to well.
Kote?
Thank you, everyone. I'm quite moved by this, and I'm so happy that you all decided to take the precepts and to make Sangha happen together. And I hope this will continue like that. I will do my best I can to support you, and you did your best to support me. And this is how Sangha works. And I hope that we all together continue at Treeleaf to practice together and to help each other out when we are struggling, not understanding things, needing a little push or an ear or a hug. Thank you.
Koku and Kote already spoke my heart and said everything I would say. I would just add that all the precepts for me come down to living gently and sincerely, seeking to learn the Buddha's teachings, walking the Zen path, living in a healthful, Healthful, and helpful, Helpful, a healthful and helpful way toward oneself too, and others, remembering that self and others are ultimately not two. All right, now we will ask the three Kaishi, if their health permits, to rise, and we will have the traditional closing words for the ceremony.
The ceremony
Is now
Concluded.
now
let us
Live.
this life.
Lovely good night, everyone. Please go celebrate with friends and loved ones. Everything in moderation, remember, but be joyous, and we'll see you around the Sangha. Wonderful, wonderful. Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, dear Sangha, for witnessing this and for being here with us. All of those we can't see on this screen now. Bye.
Thank you.
Lovely. That went very well, I think.
Abajo a la derecha.